I needed something that scared the shit out of me, and this race was it. I've been doing these ultra marathons for, about 10 years now. I was focused on doing really well at the 24-hour looped timed races. Then Vipa came out with their first 200+ mile race, Cocodona 250. I was like, I gotta do this. The start is always pretty hectic. This race is special, it carries a lot of hype. Standing at the start line before the race, I was looking down the chute that we run down and just thinking, I've never been in a race that had this many photographers and cameras, and that was a little bit overwhelming, but I was trying to use some of that as motivation. I'd spent the past 4 months training for this moment. The first 37 miles is completely desert landscape. Looking back, I may have pushed myself a little bit too hard. The fact that the air out there is very dry and it was quite dusty from all the other runners being out there, I noticed that I was having quite a bit of trouble breathing. And any time that I pushed the pace, I was getting pretty winded.
Does it feel like a different race now? Taking a sleep?
The blisters are still there.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better now that I slept a little bit.
Before I started having my chest and lung issues, I was supposed to be going through Sedona in the dark. But since things kind of got derailed a little bit, I was able to go through the night and get into Sedona and some of the most beautiful scenery that I've ever seen in my life. That was one moment where I felt just very lucky to be in the situation that I was. Yes, I was in pain by that time, but it kind of just makes you feel glad to be alive. I noticed as the temperature rose, my chest and lung issues started to come back more and more. I started to get in my head, am I even going to be able to finish this thing? We did actually decide to go see a medic. To be completely honest, a part of me wanted him to tell me, you should not continue. I think I convinced myself that I was not going to quit on my own, that I needed somebody else to tell me to stop. One of the things with ultra running, you have to deal with things that get thrown at you. And this was what got thrown at me, so I just kept going.
You're walking well, you're walking much better. Just continue on the breathing exercises, open up those lungs, especially before you hit the hills, okay?
Woo! The third night, we were up in the woods a bit more, at a higher elevation, and the temperatures dropped down into the 30s, and I was freezing. That was probably one of the lowest portions of the race mentally for me. I was extremely sleep deprived. The largest thing with ultra running is going into it that you're going to have extreme lows, and you just have to have kind of faith in yourself that you're going to be able to get out of them. We were 240 something miles into the race, going up the last climb in Mount Eldon, and that climb is about 2.5 miles long and over 3,000 feet of elevation gain. That section is just so unbelievably hard. The sun was going down, and just looking out over Flagstaff and seeing the city lights down below was another one of those moments that were just like, how many times in your life are you going to be in this exact situation, feeling grateful to be alive and have the body and the mental strength to get up that mountain.
How we going? How's it going? Or no, under 90. Jackson.
My big motivation was do a distance that I've never done before. It was a little bit naive, probably having that be my reason for wanting to do this race. We have a saying in our family that Jacksons never quit. And, you know, I did not want to go home and tell my kids that I quit. I wasn't going to. Those things is what kept me going.